now tell the aspirants about uh, preparation of SSC CGL. How
Yeah,
could anyone
SSC
prepare?
CGL is a examination that I actually have four stages.
Right.
Most importantly, is two stages. The tier one that consists four parts: math, English, GI, and GK. That we all have to study. And the most important tier two, both 200 marks paper for maths and English. So for cracking SSC CGL, you have to be very strong in mathematics and
And
English.
English.
Usually, students have weak in one section. Otherwise, he is pretty confident. But one have to be make up the other for getting a good post.
Right.
And the third phase is the descriptive one. You have to prepare it all along through the year for this years also.
That is qualifying in nature, na?
No,
Acha.
it
The
is
marks is
marks
added.
is added,
Okay.
and if you get 60 or 70 marks in the tier 3, that is very much useful for getting a good post at inspector post. That is much. If you get that
IT inspector, I think.
yeah, if you get some more marks, then you can get a 4200 grade pay job.
Gazetted one. That is gazetted
No, no,
one. No,
gazetted one,
non-gazetted.
non-gazetted,
Okay.
and there is only one post that is gazetted, that is assistant audit officer and AAO.
Oh, acha.
That is 4600, 4600 grade pay. That
Acha, acha.
but tax. If you get more marks in tier 3, then you can get a 4200 grade pay rather than at 2400 grade pay. That is a basic difference of almost 15,000 in salary, which
Right.
is a lot more.
A lot more. So, how to prepare about for SSC CGL Tier 1 precisely?
Tier 1, actually one have to be very good in its GI, math and English portion. Usually SSC student does not
Good in
take,
JPA.
take GK seriously.
GK series.
But one should must conclude with that current affairs and all this history, geography. But if you get a good marks in tier 1, that will be also included for that will play a vital role in making a good post for you. So you have to take care of that also.
So, which of the books should anyone should follow for SSC?
Any books from Kiran publication or Aryan publication for basic GKs is very good for any SSC aspirants.
Static GK.
Static GK.
And for current affairs?
For Canada, one should follow Pratyogita Kiran, Pratyogita Darpan. For Bengali students, they may follow Achievers. It is also good.
That is a good
Book, obviously.
good magazine.
Magazine.
Right. And for maths?
For maths, one should start from the chapter-wise solve papers by
Kiran publication. But right now, TCS is conducting that one. So I have seen, as I have also appeared CGL. There are slight changes in maths, type of maths. Like
this year, the question paper was bit calculative.
right.
If you have to the good speed to score marks, not to have good
Little bit
knowledge.
of banking type.
Yeah, as TCS is
Fraction was also included in the calculations.
Yeah, calculation
that's why
was very long.
The calculation became lengthy.
Yeah,
and it take too much time
yeah,
for
that's
many
why
of, many of the candidates.
many of
Right.
the students cannot score good
Right.
marks
In the tier 2 also. Tier 2 it was too much calculative, and maximum attempt could not be done.
Yeah.
So,
So
what should they follow?
One should prepare his basics first. If you good at basics, then you can speed up your calculation. If you don't follow the basics, then there is no use of your speed. So just follow the basics, then try to the
Shortcut methods.
shortcut methods and some higher maths also.
Okay. And for what will you suggest? Previous year question papers or any other random practice sets?
Nowadays SSC has changed this pattern. Previous year's question set are not
Not
more
that
of
much
the
helpful.
yes. So I don't suggest anyone to follow the previous. One may take a look into that for just what type of questions it's coming for that also only. But actually, what he has to face in the examination, it's quite unpredictable nowadays, as SSC has changed the patterns.
The patterns. And for English, what should they follow?
For English, the basic grammar should be very good for anyone.
Right.
And PK De Sarkar, I think the best book for anyone to prepare for the grammar. For vocabs, one can follow the Paramount book, the Plain to Paramount, or the SP Boxy book. These are very
But
common.
right now I have seen that the focus on vocabulary has lowered down. Not that much difficult
Not
to solve.
really. Actually, the vocab part is coming from the previous year's questions, more or less.
Okay.
That's why students are facing not any
Problem in
difficulty at all.
So for English, anyone can follow previous year question paper still.
For vocab portion only.
Vocab portion
And
only.
he has to be much more good at its grammatical skills.
Okay.
And one more thing, he has to be very good reader, as the comprehensive passages are very long,
Very large. Very lengthy.
very lengthy.
And
Yeah.
it's taking time.
Very it is
In,
not a
tier
joke.
two also.
Yes, it is not a joke to complete 200 questions in just
Alright,
2 hours.
2 hours.
So if you will get less than 90 seconds, less than 50 seconds per question,
Per question.
you have to read it
And
then answer it.
not only that, I have seen the comprehension passages, the standard of the comprehension passage
Yeah,
has
obviously.
gone up to MBA level, CAT level.
The comprehension
There are
passage-
the topics of the question paper.
The question papers are usually directly copied down from the newspapers or editorials mainly, and these are the some tough words they use.
How many, which newspapers should follow? Anyone should follow.
Everybody says that the basic newspaper that everybody should follow, that is the Hindu.
But,
But,
it's a bit difficult.
It will be difficult for
the
anyone
starters,
to,
for anyone.
any English newspaper,
Telegraph and Times of India
anything,
can do
no
this.
problem. But just one page per day, that will enough to build up your vocabulary, and also reading and writing skills also. That will also help you in the tier 3 when you have to write a essay or a letter to the editor anyhow. So these marks also play a vital role.
Okay. And for GI?
For GI is the simplest part of SSC. So
And scoring part also.
obviously one score and easily score
Anyone
50
can
out
easily score
50 out of 50,
50 out of 50.
entire.
That is the scoring part. And for that, what should anyone follow? Kiran.
Kiran is very good. Anybody can follow anything. GI is not a
That much vital.
Yeah. So if you have the basic skills
And just
for
based
maths
on
and-
practice.
yeah, just best. If you have just basic knowledge, then you can do that. GI is very easily.
Right. And GK, as you have said, that magazines are there, so many basic books are there, Lucent or Aryantar,
Yeah.
Monar Pandey.
For
anyone can
GK, one can follow the previous year's questions along with the questions that are coming in the different exams of SSC,
follow. Okay.
like that the JE, that MTS, that CHSL. These questions are repeating throughout the year.
CDS.
CDS or and even from they are copying from UPSC also.
Oh, acha. Okay. So recent question papers
Should be followed.
should be followed. And like CGL, what will you suggest about CHSL? There is a descriptive part also there. In
Descriptive-
CGL, there is also a
descriptive-
descriptive part.
And I have already said that one have to be very good in grammar. That will help a person, a student, an aspirant to be good at writing skills. One have to practice one letter or one essay per day. That will for about 3 or 4 months. If this practice continues, he will be good for in writing. And in case of CHSL, there is a part that is typing.
Right.
So if one wants to be LDC, actually nobody wants to be an LDC. Everybody dreams bigger, but for the starting, for the aspirants who has not got anything, so their LDC will be a good job for them also. So they should practice key depression of about 40 per minute
Okay.
at home.
That's challenging.
Yeah.
That's challenging.
Though you are saying that it is challenging, but pretty good number of students are doing it very easily.
Right.
And for the DO post, it is 50 words per minute, and people are doing very easily with that.
Okay. Right. And practice is the only thing
Yeah.
that what you can.
I have met some LDCs from in my office. They can type about the speed of 75 words per minute.
Oh my
It's
God.
amazing.
Right. That's the practice. No?
Yeah.
The thing is practice.
Yeah.
How much and anyone should follow about their what will you suggest about the scheduled study or random study? What will you more suggest? It depends on person to person.
It depends on person, but random study will not help anymore.
A scheduled one will be.
Scheduled one will be the best. If you can study or use random study just after scheduled study, if you get free hours, then you can use that for random study. But in that usual time for 8 hours or 10 hours, you have to be
There must be
your scheduled study. You have to maintain that. Nowadays it's not a joke to get a government job. It's
Right, it's a huge level of competition you have to face, and you must not be demotivated.
Yeah.
As you are he or she is preparing for that. That means he is ahead of someone at least who
Yeah.
is not preparing, or who is already failed in
Obviously.
this field. Still he or she is preparing, and he or she should focus on his genre in which he should or she should excel in SSC or in banking. Railway is also coming. The NTPC exams
Actually,
is also
we are
coming.
facing the highest rate of unemployment since our
45,
independence.
45 years.
Yeah, so it's quite difficult for nowadays to get a job for the starters. That there are many more experienced publics. They are in the field and trying to get the job by the heart and soul. But
Right.
it's a era of cutthroat competition.
Definitely.
So you have to be precise enough and confident enough and with enough knowledge and speed and quality to get
And
that job.
patience also.
And patience also. Yeah.
You have to be with a huge level of cool mindset in the examination hall. The day of examination matters.
Yeah.
I've seen people who are very much talented, who are very much prepared, but the date of examination is
And not only the day, the 1 hour that
one.
can change,
Yes.
that can change your life.
5 minutes all can also be changed.
Yeah.
Like sudden accident or sudden disturbance in mind or in the exam hall.
Yeah.
Can change the entire scenario of your
That
life.
can destroy your entire career also.
Entire day also, entire career also, entire preparation also. So be careful about each and every point of your movement, and all the best for everyone. And thank you so much, Argo, for this sort of your valuable key points to be remembered. Thank you so much.
If this gets helpful for the students.
Yeah, our motive is also that to help others. When we were preparing, we used to have a group study with our roommates and all. We were also struggling at some point of time.
Yeah.
Right now we are also struggling for the better job. He is preparing for CGL and BCS. I am also preparing for CGL, BCS and all that. So everyone is struggling at their own point of view, but you have to achieve something first, then go for the next step.
I have to say one thing, that for a service holder, it's become quite difficult to compete
for preparation,
to
right.
compete with the new generation students. So
Right.
they have got that full day that
Right,
you don't
right.
get.
And not only that, we have so much responsibilities. Like after getting a job, there are so many responsibilities. As he is the only earning person, he is in his family, so he has entire responsibility of the family
Yeah.
in his shoulder. So there are so many challenges in anyone's life.
But
And
there is one thing that a job holder had that a starter don't have. That is the confidence.
Right.
He has cracked an examination.
Yes,
that you have not done.
That
it.
will boost. And when as he was saying that 4.5 or for 1 marks cutoff, anyone couldn't achieve the cutoff. So that is not demotivating. You are on a right track, and you have to be prepare more.
You have to polish your knowledge now.
Right.
Or preparation. But yeah.
Right. You have to have the proper mindset, proper cool mindset, and you have to crack the examination.
You don't have to be the rabbit, be the tortoise, but follow the rules properly.
Exactly.
All the best for everyone.
Thank you so much.